Yo, what's up, YouTube? I'm Marshall, and today we'll be talking about Game 1 of the NBA Finals and how it kind of went. First things first, the Celtics did get the win, 120 to 108. Now, it was a very impressive win because they came back down by 15 points. They were down by 15 in the third quarter and came back to win by 12, which is a 27-point turnaround. And they outscored the Warriors 40 to 16 in the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't miss in the fourth quarter. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. I watched the whole game, kind of give you guys my breakdown and what I saw. So in the first quarter, what I saw was the Warriors going off. The Celtics were playing okay defense. For those that don't know, the Celtics had the best defensive rating in the league, and the Warriors had the second best defensive rating in the league. But it didn't look like that in the first quarter because the Warriors were just hitting everything. Let me rephrase that. Steph Curry was hitting everything. He had 21 points in the first quarter, hit 6 threes. He was just not missing. Literally every time he shot, I was just like, that's going in. He was not missing a shot. The Celtics did start off kind of hot. They hit like 4 threes to start the game. That was their first 12 points was all threes. And even though Curry was going off in the first quarter, they weren't down by that much. They did go. They went down by as much as 10 points in the first half, and then ended the half leading by 2 points, 56 to 54. They ended off the half really good, and they were especially on the defensive end. That's what helped the Celtics win this game was their defense, and then that led to their offense. So if we go into the third quarter, that's when they went down by 15, and that's when I was like, all right, the Warriors got this game. I still wanted to be somewhat close. So I was kind of hoping the Celtics would have got it down to single digits, which they did. But I was not expecting them to come back and win. I mean, they went up by as much as 15, so they had a 30-point turnaround, and the Warriors hit a couple shots at the end to make it a 12-point loss. After the game, Curry was very disappointed, obviously. Curry had 34 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Al Horford had 26 points, 6 rebounds with 6 3-pointers made. I mean, he was going off. He looked like LeBron a little bit. That was like a really good game for him. Got to be happy for him. I mean, if he keeps playing like this and the Celtics do end up winning the series, he's got a really good case to win Finals MVP. We'll talk about that later on whenever it actually does happen, whether the Celtics or the Warriors win. So, let's talk about that fourth quarter, though. Literally, the Celtics were not missing a shot. I don't know how many they made in a row, but I was watching the game with my family and some of my friends, and they were hitting three after three after three, shot after shot after shot, especially Al Horford. He was going off. Somebody that did not go off was Jason Tatum. He only had 12 points, shot 3 for 17 from the field, but he did have 13 assists, which is a finals record for their, I think it was for their debut, or just a finals record overall, like 13 assists in the game. That was really good. Um, so he did have a double double, but he didn't shoot it at all. He had the first points for the Celtics. He had the first three, but after that he just couldn't get into a rhythm. So he had a rough game, but the Celtics still won. And Curry had a great game, and the Warriors lost. So it's just crazy how basketball works. It shows you how it's a team game. And the Warriors, I'd say Game 2 is kind of a must-win for them. I think if you lose Game 1, Game 2 is a must-win, whether you're the home or the away team. And here's why: you lose Game 1, you go down 1-0, right? If you lose Game 2, you go down 2-0, and that makes Game 3 a must-win because you can't go down 3-0, because if you go down 3-0, you pretty much lose the series. No team's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the NBA history. So I think Game 2 is a must-win for the Warriors, especially since they're at home. If they go down 2-0 at home, and they're going back to Boston, that's kind of scary. I'm not saying obviously they could easily win both games in Boston, too. Happened last year with the Clippers and Mavericks in the first round. The Clippers were the home team. The Mavericks won the first 2 games on the road. Then the Clippers won the next 2 on the road. Then the Mavs won on the road. Then the Clippers won on the road. And then they finally won a home game in the last game. So the home and the away, like, it matters definitely, but some series it doesn't matter. Maybe this could be an example of that. This is the second straight time the Warriors have lost Game 1 in the finals. They lost in 2019 against the Raptors in Game 1, but they were in Toronto. You're not used to seeing the Warriors lose Game 1s. They usually win those. And I think this is like only their third Game 1 that they've lost. Since their dynasty started. They did lose Game 1 against the Thunder in 2016, the Western Conference Finals, when the Thunder blew a 3-1 lead. So the Warriors also Game 1 is still in that series. So that doesn't, just because they lost Game 1 doesn't mean they're going to win the series. I feel like a lot of people are going to change their predictions. Like, oh, the Celtics going to win the series. No, you can't change things after one game. Like I said in my other video, I had Warriors winning in 6, and I still have Warriors in 6. I always keep my predictions until it's literally impossible. So until the Celtics win 3 games, I'm going to say that the Warriors are going to win in 6. Because let's say I already changed it, like, oh, I got Warriors in 7, or I got Boston in 7 or something, and then it ends up being Warriors in 6. I'm like, oh, well, I was right the first time. You can't second guess yourself, and anything in life for that matter. Um, yeah, but I mean, like, dude, it was just crazy how the Warriors, blew that lead. This is like They blew their 3-1 lead back in 2016, obviously, which everybody knows, and then they blew this 15-point lead. Like, they gotta like just settle down. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. But the Celtics, you gotta give them credit. I think the main reason was their defense. The Warriors were just not scoring. The Celtics were getting a lot of stops on defense and making a lot of shots on offense. It was literally the perfect quarter you could ask for. They scored 40 points. 40 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, come on, man. That is like insane, bro. I mean, how do you do that, bro? But, gotta give credit to where credit's due. Game 2, let's talk about Game 2. Like I was saying, it's a must win for the Warriors. They gotta win that. If the Warriors don't win that, like I said, it's gonna be tough, and the series is gonna be favored for the Celtics, definitely. So like I said, I think Game 2 is definitely a must win. I do think the Warriors will get that win, but I do think the Warriors are going to win Game 1. My predictions are just really bad, apparently, man. It kind of makes me mad, but whatever, right? We'll see. The Celtics do their job, though. When you're the road team, you always got to get at least one win on the home court against whoever you're facing, because you don't want to go down 2-0. You always got to win at least one game. And then the Warriors got to do their job and get a win. You know what I'm saying? And the Warriors got to do their job when they go to Boston and get at least one win there. So we'll just see how it goes, man. See how it plans out. See how it works out. I thought Andrew Wiggins had a really good game too. I'm not sure how many points he had, but he actually did impress me. I thought he played solid. I saw Overtime post something like, "Why do I have a weird feeling that Andrew Wiggins will win Finals MVP?" And anybody can win the Finals MVP, man. I mean, back in 2015, Andre Iguodala won it. I mean, nobody was expecting that. He played great. Nobody was expecting him to do that good. He started the last 3 games of that series and was able to win it. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video or an analysis after every single game. But I for sure wanted to make one at least after this game, after what I saw, because I thought it was a pretty entertaining game and a pretty crazy game, too. I'll for sure make a video at the end of the series talking about, like, who obviously won, how I thought it went, how I thought the team that lost could have won, who won the Finals MVP, all that type of stuff. All that stuff matters. I think that's going to do it for me. There's nothing more else for me to really say. I mean, if you guys watched the game, everything I said, you saw it with your own eyes. Game 2's on Sunday, so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's a must-win. I know I said that like 5 times, but it's a big game for the Warriors. And the Celtics, obviously if they lose that game, it's not the end of the world. Like, they're chilling right now. They got the one win on the road. If they're going to do their best to win Game 2, though, because I tell you, if they go 2-0, their chances go through the roof, man. 'Cause I think there's a statistic that says, like, if you win the first 2 games, 71% of teams win that series. So, hey, man, we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'm out.